Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the after show. I don't know how much of that I'm going to leave in, so I don't know how much of the conversation you're picking up on at this point. I will leave in all the way back to the point where it incriminates us. How about that?
Okay.
All the way back to the point where it pisses off YouTube and they snatch our videos down.
There you go.
I think we said last episode we were off for a little while. T was moving. I was not feeling so well, so we took a couple weeks off. We're back in the swing of things. Coming up on the start of season 2. Our season 2 will start in June, so get on board. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, do all of the good things. We're still doing 100 for 100. We will hit that number here in the next few days, and then we'll set another goal and come up with some prize. I think I want to do a PlayStation 5, but to once for our next goal, but those are hard to get your hands on. So maybe if I can get my hands on one, we'll set that as the prize when we hit a certain number. But
I like that.
In our time off, a lot of things happened on the internet that we weren't able to cover, and the ship has kind of sailed on a lot of it. But I do want to top level some things, starting with one Mr. Derrick Jaxn.
Okay.
We have talked about Derrick Jaxn on this show before, but I've never said his name because what I believed about him has turned out to be true. That he was a panderer and not necessarily practicing what he preaches. So if you're unfamiliar with Derrick Jaxn at this point, you've been living under a rock, ladies and gentlemen. He is a very popular, very famous YouTube personality who
that's generous.
I talks to women.
I thought you would call him a troll, like YouTube troll, because it seems like watching his, and I never got into him. I would just see clips pop up here and there. It looked like he's putting on every time. He's putting on every time and going out his way to say some shit to try to sound prolific or controversial, or you know what I'm saying? Like he's going the extra mile to say these weird things about men and black men. Like that dude would find a way to make everything a black man's fault, right? Like if a woman said, I cheated on my man and, I'm screwing his brother and his daddy and his best friend. Derrick Jaxn's response would be, well, queen, you can control your own body and it's probably your man's fault for not keeping you sexually interested. If he stepped his game up, then you wouldn't be forced to go out there and take all those penises, right? Like that's just kind of how his thought process works. So obviously, the manosphere did not like him. Red Pill did not like him. MGTLW did not like him. So when it came out that he was cheating on his wife in their house,
all while dragging black men. Oh, they drug him. The internet was not kind.
Listen, not kind. And he deserved every bit of it. And again, I didn't really follow this dude. I just saw, I would see the clips and then I saw the apology. Him sitting there with his wife, holding, his wife, not even made up for camera. She's in a bonnet that she later called a helmet of salvation. Get you that. And it didn't seem like it seemed like he was just trying to salvage his business because he makes a lot of money off of doing what he does on YouTube. And it didn't seem genuine. It wasn't genuine. And his wife was there to, he basically sacrificed his wife for his business, it seems like. You know what I mean?
He did. He drug her out there and had her looking crazy. Yeah. But that was the second apology.
That was the second
first apology? Oh, yeah. That was the second apology video. The first apology video, it was him on camera by himself. I think it was IG Live. And the whole time he was like, yeah, this happened and that happened. And I talk about it in my new book. And just get the book and then we'll tell it in the new book. And so he was hawking his book. He said some old asinine shit like, I had a non-sexual affair. And I was like, come on, bruh. So an apology video too with his wife was when he was like, yeah, I slept with some chicks.
No,
but that was when I
say-
was mad at God and he did all of that. And
And
then
he
there
did-
was the third apology video.
And that's where I was going to.
Where,
It wasn't even
he was up there talking about himself in third person.
In third person. And that was the way so he didn't take responsibility for what he did, basically. You know
That's
what I'm
it.
saying?
He was psychologically distancing himself from his behavior.
Yeah. And he talked about what the people said about his wife being on camera and her body, her facial expression and body language and all that. And he's talking about himself in third person. This is the most ridiculous. He's either brilliant or a psychopath. I believe the latter.
I believe the latter as well.
Yeah.
So, and then there was one Mr. Kevin Samuels. You know, obviously he continues to burn up the internet with controversial topics. But he did a video, a conversation with Kendra G. And it's you have some experience with Miss Kendra G.
I do. Another good friend of ours, Shaka Zulu, knows her pretty well as well. When I first met her, he pretty much said that she was special. That was being polite. I unplugged my headphones. Said she was special. I didn't know what he meant by that at the time. After working with her, I understand. But we won't play the audio that I had. We won't play it. We won't play it.
No. I think that'll cross the line for us. And we'll certainly get our hands slapped by YouTube because of the subject matter. But
right,
she stepped in it for sure.
Yeah. I don't really have many kind words to say about Miss G. But I'll leave it there. I'm not angry with her. I'm just not a fan. So we'll leave it there.
Well, she went up with Kevin Samuels and they had a conversation and he ripped her a new one. He made her look real bad. And she was very humble.
I think she kind of did that herself. Like some of the things that she said was, you know, and he jumped on it right away. And when she was, you know, like she pointed out that she was being polite or she was being, you know, he's like, you're supposed to be. What are you? You're not doing me a favor by coming on the show and being polite. You're supposed to be polite. What are you talking? You're on my platform. You're supposed to be polite, you know?
But yeah, so she was real humble for sure. And then she did a video afterwards and she had a whole lot to say about him and all of that stuff. And he just ignored her after that. But, you know, shout out to Kendra G. Hell, come on the show and let's have a conversation. I'd love to.
Really? I don't know if that'll happen. I mean, I don't know if that would happen. She and I would have to have a conversation ahead of time.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I worked with her for a couple of years. Like we'd have to have a conversation to kind of, you know, deal with some, and then let's just say it involved my children. That's how.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
It's an incident that involved my a child. So we, you know.
You know what, bro?
What's that?
You should bury the hatchet. Mm-hmm. You should have a come to Jesus and a bury the hatchet conversation with her right here on the show.
That's not gonna, I don't think that's gonna go good. It may not go like you think. You know what I mean? And then because I'm not the only one, you know, when you talk about children, I'm not the only parent. There's another parent that's pissed off as well and knows her location. So we don't wanna scurry up, you know, old, you know,
Dude,
issues.
You have no idea how bad I want her on now. I want to see her and Kaylee have a conversation. I want to see it.
Oh, well, not just her. You talk about baby mama, not my wife, baby mama. It was my older children.
God,
my older children.
This just keeps getting better and better.
Yeah, I've said too much.
We'll move on from it. to the next thing that happened whilst we were away. One Miss Mickey Fox, also known as Michaela Pink. She's a dating coach YouTuber based out of Houston.
Okay.
And she was arrested and brought up on charges of fraud and embezzlement, I think. So basically what she was doing was she was coaching these women and then on the side telling them, yo, I got this deal for you. Give me some money. I'll invest it. Yada, yada, yada. And yeah. So I just want to, because, you know, I love sharing. I love sharing. So I'll share with the group. Did you, Mr. Smith, did you bring enough for the whole class? Yes, ma'am. Yes, I did. I'm a jackass. You know that, right?
There's a really inappropriate joke there. I'm just not going to.
That's the after.
Hold on. Who? This is a dating coach?
That's Michaela Pink's mugshot.
She looks like Count Chocula. Too soon? Too soon? It's the widow's peak that does it. It's the widow's peak. That's what it is.
Yeah.
If you ever
but that's the after. Hold on, let me do the before. Let me do the before. Just to be fair.
Okay.
Show her in her best light.
The best light. Okay. Let's go with it.
That's the before.
That ain't the same woman.
That's the same woman, bro.
I don't believe you. That's not
Makeup
the same
is
woman.
like witchcraft.
Oh my goodness. That is night and day, not the same person at all.
Yeah.
I can't even see the features. Go back to the first one. Can you pull up the first one? Because I'm looking at her nose to see if I can identify her nose in the.
Let's see if I can get them both side by side. That's that one.
Oh man, mugshots are not fun.
No, they are not. Hell, I got one out there.
Wait, but that's not a thing for everyone?
Everybody gets a mugshot. Let's see.
I think I got a haircut in mine.
Side.
Traffic stuff. I got a haircut probably in one of mine.
It won't let me show the side by side. Damn
it!
Just
pull up the other. I have the mental picture of her nose in the makeup room. Yeah, even the nose looks different. Well, it's there. It's just not as shiny. I guess. Okay. All right.
So the shape of the nose, yes. The eye shape, I can see. Yeah. The chin, the lips. I mean, I can see that it's the same person for sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, it's.
She kind of looks like she looks like a blank canvas in the mugshot.
Yeah. I mean, and you know, and I'm being silly or whatever, but it's goddamn terrible that she's scamming vulnerable women.
Allegedly.
Which is something that it's alleged. She was arrested on it. She hasn't been convicted of it yet.
Correct.
So it is still alleged. But it's terrible. And it's, you know, men are often accused of being predators and preying on helpless individuals, and then to see this woman doing it, she's, you know, profiting on manipulating and taking advantage of their sadness and desperation. It's pretty damn bad. That's kind of gross.
Yeah, and it's also the American way.
It is capitalism. Capitalize.
Yeah. Exploit a market, take advantage, get your money, man. That should be exploit a market. Get your money, man. Nah.
So I think that's like the internet. Flightreacts. Have you heard about Flightreacts?
Nah.
Do you even know who Flightreacts is?
I have no idea. Who is that? So
he's also a famous social media person. He's a young brother. 3.5 million followers on Twitch. So he has a very popular Twitch that he does, and I don't know, I can't remember if it's live. I think it's live. He basically plays video games. He gives commentary. He does that thing.
Mm-hmm.
In the middle of his Twitch live stream, his, at the time, girlfriend barges in. He lets her in the house. That's his dumbass fault. But he lets her in the house, and she's just interrupting his live stream, trying to force him to be back in a relationship with her because he was like, yeah, I'm done with this shit. I'm out. And she's being a brat, basically, during the live stream. And he ends the live stream.
Okay.
Then she loses, but he keeps recording. She is screaming like a lunatic, trying to pour water on his equipment and damage his equipment. He never touches her. He maintains his frame. He stays right here. So much, things got so loud, the police were called. He gave her the pass. She eventually leaves, and he releases this video. And everybody's, oh, she's terrible, and blah, 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 blah. How about, I don't even think it was but a couple days later, he's back up talking about, oh, we gonna get married. That's my fiance. I'm gonna give her a bunch of babies, and I don't care what y'all think, and you can judge me. That means you're just a loser. And I was like,
well,
oh,
bro. Crazy goes both ways. You usually have something in common with. So if you're saying they're crazy, chances are you are also. And there you have it.
Yeah.
I wish them luck.
I felt bad for him.
Yeah.
Only to a certain degree, but I felt bad for him because he really, I don't think he really understands what he's signing up for. Right? Like he's a young cat. I think he's in his 20s.
Yeah.
And
listen. In our 20s, there was a bunch of shit we didn't know we were signing up for. And we learned, right? He'll be fine.
Listen, my dumb ass signed up for it in my 30s.
There you go.
Had me out drinking last night. It's like, I need a goddamn drink.
Yo, did you see the story about Meek Mill? Why he made headlines this past week?
I saw the headline, but I didn't read the story. What the hell happened?
Okay, so someone he commented on a social media personality. Justin LeBoy's Instagram said, "Watch your pH balance, not my page." Meek Mill commented, "What is pH balance?" And he added, "It sounds like an excuse." And with the green face sad emoji. Yo, people jumped on him so bad. Like, how do you not know what pH balance is? What before rap was Meek allegedly selling drugs?
I don't know. He lost me when he named himself Meek. I was out.
There you go. And then there's a bunch of memes and stuff people posted making fun of Meek Mill not knowing what pH balance is. But listen, I Philly, talk to your boy. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. My folks in Philly, get your boy.
Whose man's is this?
Yo, whose man's is this? You know what? pH balance? It's the balance of Philadelphia, Meek. Just chill. It's being level in Philly. That's what it means. pH balance. Just let it go. Let it go. Don't ask no more.
Poor guy. That poor guy.
We didn't finish talking
internet
about.
Can be brutal.
We didn't finish talking about J-Lo, and there's really not much to talk about it. That she and A-Rod have officially broken up. Well, in the public, they were done months ago. But there's much to do, scuffle up about her not returning the engagement ring, which
the engagement ring that is worth $1.8 million.
Yeah, A-Rod got it. He ain't sweating that. I don't think he's sweating that.
Okay, first off, I can't call a grown-ass man A-Rod. Can't do it. I can't do it.
First of all, you will not disrespect a Yankee legend.
So you said A-Rod and Yankee in the same sentence.
Listen, do not disrespect the Bronx Bombers.
There's no way to not make any of that sexual. I'm sorry. It's just happening on its own. The jokes write themselves.
A-Rod, Yankee, Bronx Bomber. Listen, I can't. I tried, folks. I tried.
A-Rod is a Yankee.
Direct all of their hate to Mike. Yankee fans, that's Mike. It's all Mike.
Yankee fans.
The most famous baseball cap in the world, New York Yankees.
Oh my God. Yankees.
That's just. You know what? I'm done. There's nothing else I can say about that.
How about the New Jersey Jerkies?
You leave the Mets alone. Or is it Jets? Same thing. I'm sorry, folks. I'm kidding.
Oh shit.
There is a you know what? Because Jets fans are so disrespected in New York. For a time, no matter what, because both the Jets and the Giants played in the same stadium in New Jersey. Mm-hmm. And no matter who was playing there, it was always called Giant Stadium.
Oh.
No matter what. They've changed the name since there's a new stadium up, but even still, people still refer to it as Giant Stadium. No matter if the Jets were playing there, it was still always called Giant Stadium. It's disrespected, but the Jets are, a great team. I don't follow football like that, to be honest with you. I don't really follow sports that closely, and it's all the Knicks' fault, the New York Knicks. It's all their fault. I can tell you back, 1990, was it 95, 96? When whenever it was the Knicks and Houston made it into the Houston Rockets made it into the playoffs, I believe it was. And the Knicks choked. I gave up on them. I gave up on the Knicks because it was like, this is terrible. We had a great team. We had great talent. But has it been 50 years yet? Almost 50 years. The New York Knicks have not brought home a championship in almost 50 years. And this is the New York Knicks. They've had great talent, great coaches, all that. It just hasn't happened. In fact, when the Nets moved to Brooklyn, they're now the Brooklyn Nets, and some people don't consider them a New York team because they used to be in Jersey, but whatever. They're in Brooklyn now. The Nets have a better record now than the Knicks. In fact, take it back, before they moved, I took my kids, when I took them to their first basketball game, I took them to see the Nets because there was a chance they would win. So, I love the New York Knicks, but I had to walk away, and I stopped watching sports because of them for a long time. I got back into it after the Nets moved to Brooklyn, so I'm kind of catching up, but that's all the par for the course, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not really into sports. But to close the loop on the story, engagement ring, $1.8 million. Mm-hmm. It hasn't been returned. Neither one of them are kicking up dust about it. Apparently, during their relationship, they just laced each other with jewelry and shit. So apparently she spent a whole bunch of money on watches and shit for him. So he very well might just be like, whatever. Just keep it.
Yeah, I mean, for regular people that don't spend that much money on an engagement ring, if the engagement is over, the ring goes back. I believe you have my property. And the girl could be like, get it in blood. I watched that
happen up close with someone that I know very well. They were engaged, caught the wife not the wife, the fiance cheating.
Oh.
Broke it off, and she decided she was going to keep the ring. And his attorney said, "No, ma'am, you are not," and forced her to give it back.
Yeah, see, from the man's perspective, and I've heard this before, they view the engagement ring as an investment. Have you heard this before?
Yeah.
It's an investment. I look at it as it's both ours. We're just gonna keep it on your finger.
The law in most states, or in a lot of states, I can't say most, look at it as a gift in contemplation of marriage. So if the marriage is not, if it doesn't happen, then the gift has to be returned because it's in contemplation for the marriage. So
got it.
Wow.
Wow.
I think that's how Georgia looks at it.
Yeah.
But yeah. Speaking of losing money in a marriage, Jesse Williams, best known for his portrayal as a doctor on Grey's Anatomy, the black dude with the light eyes that all the women go nuts for.
Right. And the most
occasionally virtue signals online.
The most woke, light-skinned person you've seen on TV in a long time.
That brother so woke, he never sleeps.
You never sleep, bro. That's a very serious brother. I'm not even cracking jokes. Like, I watched him on BET, and I have full disclosure, I was high at the time. I was watching
because BET and high go together.
Listen, it was an award ceremony, and they had given Jesse Williams some sort of award. This was some years ago, like 2016 or something like that. And he gave a speech about what's happening in America with black folks, and it was very inspiring until I realized this segment is brought to you by insert. And I was just like, wait a minute, the revolution is sponsored? Stop it. I can't, man. And I'm not saying that's his fault. That's just the state of affairs where we are today. It just kind of made me go, he had to know this was going to be sponsored, and how serious can we take all that what he said? Not his fault, but it's being monetized. The revolution will be monetized. Okay, sorry. I don't remember hearing that. I don't think the black poet, the last poet said that. I think it was the revolution will not be televised.
Well, they was just damn wrong. They said it wouldn't be televised, and yet it is.
It's very televised, even monetized that time. So yeah.
So he and his ex-wife, what is her name? Aryan Drake Lee.
Mm-hmm.
They filed for divorce a while ago. I think it's final. It was finalized. But now they're being ordered into parenting classes.
Yeah.
To figure out how to co-parent and deal with the children, because apparently it's issues with them doing so. Yeah. What's the old saying? The person you marry is not the person you divorce.
Yeah. Wow.
But my brother is paying $40,000 a month in child support.
I'm sorry, the math in my head is not so fast. You said 40,000
a month.
That's $480,000 a year, just shy of $500,000 for the year.
For a 5-year-old and a 7-year-old.
That's just,
so you mean to tell me to take care of a 5-year-old and a 7-year-old over the course of a year, you need the amount of money that less than 1% of people earn, almost $500,000 a year. You need $500,000 a year to raise a 5 and a 7-year-old. That's more than some people will earn in their lifetime. That's the amount that a lot of people retire on. $40,000 a year is what she's getting a month. Is the average salary of black men in America. Like $42,000, $45,000, I think is between $35,000 and $45,000.
Yeah.
Right? That's the living wage of a black man in America. You need that a month to take care of a 5 and a 7-year-old.
Halle Berry has said it best after experiencing it herself that it's extortion. I believe was the quote. That's horrible, but you know.
Look, and when we did the Halle Berry story, and I said, Halle, you're lucky because some people get hit harder than you. Halle was paying $16,000 a month. He's paying 40. God damn.
She probably negotiated it down from, probably negotiated it down to 16. That's still excessive, but wow.
And she's a bigger star with a bigger earning potential than him.
Yeah. Wow.
But anyway, 40 grand a month, plus he had to pay $100,000 in 2 payments in spousal support, which honestly, I think he's getting off light. There, 100 grand for spousal support
for the year.
He's getting off real light.
Or
no, just 2 payments, spousal support, $100,000.
So $200,000.
$50,000 one payment, 50,000 the other payment, and he's
Okay.
done with spousal support.
Oh, okay. And the child support is almost $500,000 a year. Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay.
He gets to keep his close to $1 million he earned from his role on Grey's Anatomy. Other income will be split. She got the house. They each had kept their own cars. They were married for 5 years, and he's currently dating.
Well, he needed something to get his attention to, take his mind off of somebody picking his pocket.
He needed to take up golf. He needed to stay the hell away from women for a while.
Right. Or just go to massage parlors.
He needs to get rubbed the wrong way.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Oh man,
that's all I got, brother.
Yeah. I will tell this story that I teased last week. So I have a 4-year-old who is just now coming into his own and feeling he's, realizing I'm a big boy now. I have to do things on my own. And one of those things he insisted to his mother was that he had to learn to wipe his own butt. Usually, he goes in the bathroom, he sits, we set him up on the toilet, and he will call one of us, usually it's my wife, to come help clean him up, to come out the bathroom, and he washes his hands. But I guess after spending some time at his grandmother's house, my mother's house, she made him feel a certain way about not wiping his own ass. So
I can just hear your mom see your mom looking at Tahir side face and saying something sideways to him.
I can't believe I gotta still wipe your butt. Like something along them lines is what she probably said to him. And he felt a certain way about it. And so when he came home, he had a whole new attitude about it. He no longer wanted anyone to help him wipe his rear end. And we'll check on him. Are you finished in the bathroom? Yeah, I'm finished. I'm finished. I cleaned myself up. He was like, wait a minute. And he went to the bathroom. My wife was going into the bathroom. And he told her, he's like, I'm 4 years old now. I have to wipe my own. She said, well, I have to help you. He said, no, I need to learn to wipe my own butt. This is a quote. And my wife goes, all right, but wait a minute. And she went to go help him. He had already cleaned himself. And I heard my wife go, well, how did it get on your sleeve? I don't know what happened. He had shit on his sleeves. Oh. So there's my.
He ran out of toilet paper and was like,
there's my 4-year-old standing there. I'm imagining because I'm in the next room. I refuse to go in the bathroom. I'm like, I'll let you have this one. I'm imagining him standing there with some tissue sticking out of his butt and shit on his sleeve, saying, "I did it. I cleaned myself, mommy."
Oh.
So, needless to say, that we have some work to do in helping young Tahir learn how to wipe his.
In full disclosure, I have heard this story before. It is funnier the second time, but my suggestion to TStorm was to tell this story at his wedding.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah, that would do it.
Go up to his new wife and say, "Did Tahir ever tell you how he got the nickname Shitty Sleeve?" And tell the story.
Call him Brown Arm, the brown arm of the law. Yeah.
Oh my God.
That is my
That's just great.
Tahir, who has a single out right now, available on Amazon, Apple Music, iTunes, everywhere. It's called Proceed by Tahir the Prince. Support, go see that and stream it, listen to it. It's actually a pretty good song, if I must say so myself.
Yeah, it's he. It's got a little bit of a Caribbean vibe.
Caribbean, yeah. It's bilingual. He's, stretching his legs, speaking Spanish.
Yeah.
I have another
quick story. Which is impressive for a 4-year-old.
He speaks Spanish, which brings me to another story. Shout out to my boy Mike Kinsey in Florida. I let him hear the record before we put it out. And Mike is a brilliant dude. He's a musician. He is a writer. He's a director, an artist. A very brilliant man, but also blonde at times. And so I played, he listens to the song, right? And he goes through the song and he gets to the end. He was like, what's he saying? I'm like, he's like, for some reason I can't understand what he's saying in the middle there. Like, in his mind, he's thinking the poor guy needs speech therapy. I have to tell TStorm that his 4-year-old is not speaking correctly. I can't understand him. I said, he's speaking another language. He's speaking Spanish. Well, why is he speaking Spanish? He says. I said, because he speaks Spanish. And then he goes, oh, you know what's funny? I completely disconnected a language. He didn't understand that it was Spanish at all. And then when he listened to it again, he's like, oh, it makes sense. Shout out to Mike Kinsey.
He was trying to find a way to tell you your kid was dumb.
Right. You're doing a horrible job as a parent. Your child can't speak. What is wrong with you guys?
I like you. You're my friend, but you're a shitty dad.
Right. You're doing your child a huge disservice. No, it was actually the mind of Mike being blonde and slightly, there's a word I can't say, but the dumbass was Mike Kinsey this time. So what's up, Mike? How you doing, brother?
I'm going to say this and then we'll get the hell out of here.
Uh-huh.
I've been trying to think of promotional items to buy to help promote the show and give to people.
Uh-huh.
And I think I figured it out.
Okay.
We've got to do towels, face towels.
Uh-huh.
Because I laugh so goddamn hard on this show, I cry, and then I spend the next few minutes rubbing the tears out my eyes. I need a face towel.
I bet. Let's do it. That and like ultimately T-shirts with some sort of saying on it. I don't know. Well,
yeah.
Anyway,
folks, thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe, leave a comment, like the video. It helps with our algorithm. It helps with the ranking. And if you don't leave a thumbs down. That also helps with the ranking. And share it with friends so we can continue to grow the Unpopin community and give you good content. Until next week, peace.
Peace, y'all.
Hey, thanks for watching the Unpopular Opinion Show right here on YouTube. Appreciate you watching. If you enjoyed what you watched, be sure to subscribe, like, and hit that notification button.
Yeah, hit it. You haven't hit it yet.
You ain't hit it yet. What do you? Oh, come on, now, people.
Hit it. Okay, the like button too. I mean, you got to.
Yes, got it. All right, cool. Thank you. Appreciate you.